Okay, in the last classes we have studied the way of improving the vocabulary, that is using a dictionary, and we have in the part 2 we have done several exercises about how to use a dictionary and how to know the various features of a word, and also we have identified the minute differences between the words, some pair of words, okay, like discover, invent, in that way. But that using a dictionary is one. The second was in the introduction class, we learned that the second method of learning vocabulary or improving our vocabulary is the root words, knowing about the root words. Now, in this class, we will know about the root words, their meaning, and some examples of those words. Okay, that has roots. And also another way, that is the third way of improving our vocabulary, using of prefixes and suffixes. Okay. So those we learn in this class. Now let's go to the root words. First, let us know what are root words. Okay. A root word is a word or a part that can form the basis of new words through the addition of prefixes and suffixes. Okay. So a root word is a part of a word, or it is itself a word that forms the basis of new words. With those, many new words are developed or formed when prefix or suffixes added to that root word. How it is helpful to you? If you understand the meaning of some common roots, some roots that are used very commonly, can help you work out the meaning of new words as you encounter them. Once you pull off any prefix or suffix, the root is usually what remains. Okay, this. So when you come across a new word, so if it has a root word, you can guess the meaning of the root word, and if you know the meaning of suffix and prefix, you can totally understand the meaning of that new word. Okay. And you no need to learn by heart all the words related to that root words. You can simply guess. And once you remove the prefix or suffix from a word, what remains is the root. That's why we are calling it the root. It is the essential part of the word. Now let us look at some of the root words. Here I have listed 4 or 5 root words that are given in our syllabus. In the higher classes, you will have a long list of root words, but for us in the syllabus there is a small list, and that you need to remember. The first root word given here is dharma. Dharma is the root word. So the meaning of dharma is skin. Dharma means skin. So with the root word, some of the words formed are given below. Let us look at those words. Dermatology, intradermal, taxidermy, dermatitis, hypodermis, and echinoderms. Okay, these are, see, in every word there is something like derma, derma, derma. Okay, derma means something, it is related to skin. So now let us, this is the first word, dermatology. Here the word derma means skin. Okay, logy means, you all know biology. Logy means study. So study of the skin. Okay, that is dermatology. And here it's specifically study of the human skin. A doctor who treats skin diseases is known as dermatologist. Okay, derma is skin, dermatologist is a doctor who treats skin diseases. Now let us look at another part of the word, that is intradermal. Okay, another new word, that is intradermal. Derma is skin, as you know. Intra means something inside. So intradermal means inside the dermis or skin layer. Okay, taxidermy. Taxidermy is an art actually. It is removing the skin of a dead animal and preserving it. Okay, that is taxidermy. And a person who does is taxidermist. Here taxi does not mean our taxi, vehicle taxi, but it's a different meaning. Taxidermy means a person who removes the skin of animals and preserves the skin. The most important thing here is preserves the skin of animals with chemicals. He uses some kind of chemicals, and it's a long process. Dermatitis, it's a something disease related to skin. Hypodermis. Hypo means at the top, above, more, excessive. Okay, so hypodermis. And echinoderms. Derms is again skin. Echinoderms means they have a specific skin quality, and this is a special branch, phylum. Echinodermata we call it. It's a special phylum of animals in this zoology. The second root is anthropo. Anthropos means mankind, something related to the mankind. So here again the easy word anthropology. Logy is, as you know, study. Anthropology is study of mankind. Anthropoid, a human being. Early human being is called anthropoid. Misanthrope, a person who is not kind to the human species. Okay, so he is misanthrope. And philanthrope, a person who do good deeds for the well-being of human species. Okay, these two are opposite words, misanthrope and philanthrope. A person is called the person who does not do well for the betterment of the mankind is misanthropist, and here philanthropist, a person who does good for the betterment of the mankind. Okay, so these are opposite words, misanthrope, philanthropist and misanthropist. So, and not only these, you can find several words with anthropos. Okay. Now, let us look at another words, genesis. Actually, the root word is geni, G-E-N-E, It means birth or origin. Okay. G-E-N-E, means birth or origin. So something generation, that means it is birth after birth. Okay. Of 3 generations, 5 generations we call. So one full lifetime, then another lifetime, then another lifetime. So one birth after another lifetime's birth, then again. So that's why generations. And generative, something that gives, that generates. Okay, so that's why generate. So we call generate ideas. Okay, that means giving birth to ideas. Geneticist, a person who studies the genes. Okay, genetics. Genetics is a specific study of genes. It means something related to birth and origin. Genital. Genital is something related to the organs, genital organs we say, that is reproductive organs. Okay. And genealogy, it's a study, and congenital. All the words, they belong to the root word Genesis. Chronos. Chronos is, the meaning of chronos is time. Chronological. Okay. So something that is set in the order of the time. Okay, 1980, 1999, 2000. This is in the order of the time. So that's why that is called chronological. Chronometry, chronometer, and chronometer. These are some words related to time. You need to look at the dictionary and find out the meanings for the words. Okay. Now, Beni means kindness, not harmful. So benefactor or beneficiary we say, because something, kindness is, goodness is done to him. That's why he is beneficiary or benefactor. Benignities and benediction, benevolent. These are some of the words that take the root word ben. Matter. Matter is mother. Mother is maternal, maternity, matron, matriarch, matricide. Okay. Maternal means something related to giving birth. Okay. Something related to the mother side, the lineage of mother, from mother, maternal uncle, my maternal aunt, in that way. Maternity is something related to giving birth, motherly thing. The mother gives birth to a child. That's why a maternity home we say. Matron. Okay. Person who cares like a mother. So that's why it is matron. Then matriarch and matricide. Okay, these are two words. You need to find out the meaning. Okay, that's a home assignment for you. Identify the meaning of the root words. Okay. Here is a list of some words. You need to identify the meaning of that root words. Okay. Already I have identified the root word. It is underlined. Okay. Let us take the first word polytechnic. It's the first word, and we belong to polytechnic colleges. So the root word for polytechnic is poly. So that's why it is underlined there. So identify the meaning of the root words. Take a few minutes. Now let us look at the root words one by one. Okay, so here is the meaning. Just copy down. So the first word I have written is polytechnic, and I told you the root word is poly. Poly means many. Okay, so in polytechnics, actually these are technical institutions that are offering many technical courses. Okay, many technical courses. As you know that you belong to various branches in a college, like civil, mechanical, then CCP, then computer science, okay, ECE, and so various branches. So that's why it is called polytechnic. Okay. That's why poly means many. Then antiseptic was the word. Anti means opposite. Something septic means I think you know, some kind of infection happens when a foreign particle enters our body or when you get wounded. So to avoid that septicness, you are using something, so to avoid it, as an opposite for it, it is working. So that's why it is called anti, opposite to something. The third word is automatic. Okay, automatic. Auto here means self, something that goes on by self. Okay, let us in the olden days there used to be watches where we used to daily, for every 24 hours we need to give the, but later all the watches became automatic. We no need to give keys. If you put on the cell, they remain till the cell goes for nearly 4 months, 5 months, whatever it is. So that is automatic. Some self-driven, you can say self-driven. Let us take another example also. Okay. You have when you look at the cars, there are gears. Now we have automatic gears. That means for the old those cars in which there is no gears, automatic gear system, manually we need to pull with hand and we have to set the gears while driving. For automatic it is done, the car itself is done self, by itself. So that's why it is self done. That's why we are using the word auto. Okay, automatic there. Okay. Next, this is a very easy one. When you read biology, we come across, that is photosynthesis. Even in your physics, photoelectric effect, some kind of words we do hereby. Photo is light. Okay, photo means light. Photograph is also something made out of light. So that's why we need to click, we need to put a flash. Okay, some light usage is there. So that's why it is photo. Hyper is too much. We used the word hypertension. Okay, I gave the word hypertension. Hypertension is, hyper means excessive. Excessive than the normal. There is something like normal and more than the normal. Extremely more than the normal is excessive. Too much, like hypertension, having a high blood pressure. hyperactive person. A person is generally active. So if he is more active, we say hyperactive. So these are some words. Now there is a very common word we use daily, international. So inter means between. Okay, interstate competition. Okay, when you say interstate competition, the competition is between the states. When you are saying here international, the competition, there is something within the nations. Okay, within the nations. So that's why between the nations. So that's why the word international. Another word is kilobyte. Okay, kilo means 1000. That's why kilogram, kilobyte. Okay, everything we use kilo, kilometer, right? 1000. Something that denotes 1000 is kilo. Then macroeconomics. I gave you the word. So macro is great, bigger in size. So here the macroeconomics, economics deals with the perspective of a larger one, the economics of a country, not of an individual but of a country, like GDP and all those things come under macroeconomics. So these are some roots. They are very common roots. Why roots? That's why I made you to know the meaning. There are many root words you come across, like mega star. Daily use the word. Mega means a big. That you understand. Okay. And there are number of root words. You can, if you have time, you just go through it once. Now, the next important aspect is prefixes and suffixes. Now, prefix, that is fixed at the beginning. Okay, fixed. Fix, we are fixing something before or at the beginning. So that's why prefix means it is a letter. It can be a letter. Remember, one letter like A, B, C. These are letters. So it can be a letter or group of letters placed before the root of a word. There is a root. If you put something, a letter or group of letters before the word, we call it prefix. Whereas if you put a letter or a group of letters at the end of the word, we call it as suffix. Pre means at the beginning, suffix means at the end of the root word. That you need to remember. Now in this class we will look at some prefixes and suffixes. First we will deal with prefix. So I have given you some prefixes here. Okay, I think you can see it now. Right, first before entering into the detail, let's have some exercise. Write the meaning of the prefix and give examples. The first one is done for you. Okay, the first one you can see BI by the 3 columns are filled. That is done for you to understand. So look at the words, try to understand the meaning. If you can, it's okay, otherwise I tell you. Then try to write the words. If you don't know the meaning, if you know the words, you can write it. Okay. So the last one is un. Okay, I think it's over. Now look at the first word, re. Okay, I'll explain you. Re means again. Okay, re means again. So we use the words rewind. Oh, there used to be in the olden days tapes. So we used to rewind the cassette. Rewind. There used to be some winding with the cassette. It used to rotate, and the tape used to rotate some. Okay. So we used to call it rewind. Again, winding something. Then redo. Do, redo. Doing something, again doing that thing. Redo. Restore. Restore something to its original position, we say. So restore means bring back again. Okay. Restore a person to home if he has gone away. Replace. Placing somewhere, again placing at the same place. So replace. Or we use the word replace for objects. Substitution. Okay, something is substituted for the other, we say replace. So if you buy something and it is of a damaged piece, so then you will go for a replace. That means go for a substitute. Restate, stating something again. Retake, taking again. Retell, telling again. Then the next word is micro. Okay, next prefix is micro. Micro is small. Something, it means small. Something is small. So nowadays it's a common user, microprocessor. The processor which is very small is called microprocessor. In the same way, micron, it's a small measurement, very small measurement. So microns, millimicrons. Okay. Microbe, a bacteria which is very small. So that's why we call microbes. Microscope, something to look at very small particles. Okay. That's why microscope. Microbiology, a biology that deals with microorganisms, micro things. So that's why it is microbiology. Next is multi. Multi means many. So multinational, a person who belongs to, it's an error there, multinational, NAL. Multilingual, a person who can speak many languages, something many. Multiple, tell me the multiples of 10. Okay. Multiplex, okay, here is also some error, multi is not a word there. So multiplex, a building which has many stories, we can say. Multiply, okay, make it multiply. If you multiply, it becomes bigger, it becomes many a times of it, many a times a number. 2 5s are 10, 2 becomes 5 times, 5 times a number. So that's why it is multiply. Semi is half. Semi-final, you gone through half of the match, that means before the final it comes. Semicircular, okay, something which is half circular in shape. Semicolon and semivowel. Then un. Un means back or against. Undo. Do, undo. You are going back. Okay. Unwind. Winding something, unwinding something. Unbind. Okay. And unearth. These are some words which are used. Now, in the same way, let us look at the suffix. Here also I have done the first one for you. You think about it and write the meaning as well as the examples, okay, of the suffixes. Now let us look at each of those meanings in detail. The first I have done for you. Let's look at the first one. Ism. Ism is system of being. Okay. System of being. Monotheism. Okay. In the same way, capitalism, idealism. Monotheism is belief in single God. So that is monotheism. Of being something in that way. Capitalism. Okay, these are some of the words. You can write as many as words possible. Socialism, secularism, like the different kinds of words with ism. Then let us look at the second one. Here I have given the list for display. Ish, like something. If something is like something, some other thing, then we say ish. We use the suffix ish there. The examples here given are childish and foolish. Something that is like child is childish. Something that shows you that you are a fool, that is foolish. In the same way, less, less. Less means without. Okay, without. So let's take the word fear. If you are without fear, we say fearless. Then if you are not careful, then you say careless. That means you are without care, careless, fearless, helpless. Okay, these are whatever the words less. Okay, then logy, logy. Already we came across this word many times. The study of, the systematic study of something is logy. Biology, theology, zoology, anthropology, paleontology, ophthalmology, then okay, in this way any oncology, anything that is elogial. It's a discipline, it's a study of something. NESS, state or condition of. It shows that something is in some state or that's condition of something. Like kindness, it is a state. How you are in a kindness state. Happiness, sadness, coldness, badness, goodness. There are a number of words with this. Now next is ACY. It is the state of quality. State or quality. That is democracy. It's a state of being democratic. That's why it is democracy. Hypocrisy. State of being hypocrite. So that's why it is hypocrisy. Okay. So here these are some words. Okay. Not only these, there are a number of prefixes and suffixes in the English language. Okay, there are a number of suffixes and prefixes in the English language. So if you know the meaning of these words, you are able to understand the meaning of the word. Okay, so what prefix means if you know, what suffix means if you know the root words, then you can easily identify the meaning of the words. Now look at something here. Here is something for you. Prefix changes the meaning of a word, whereas a suffix changes the grammatical function of the word. So this is also, it's a matter of grammar, but you as students you should know. Let us take the word multiplex. Okay, multinational. Okay, so here in this the meaning of the word is changed, totally changed. But when it comes to the second one, fear, let's take the word fear. Here only the grammatical function of that word is changed. The word class is changed, we can say. Fear is something, okay, fearless is you are losing fear there. He is a fearless person. Fearless person. Here it is working as an adjective. I am in fear. Here fear is noun. So when you add a suffix, the grammatical function, that is fear is noun and fearless is adjective. The function is changed. Let us take another example, childish. Child is noun. This is very easy for you. He is a child because it is a person, it is a noun. Childish means being like a child. System of being we have written. So being like a child is childish. So child is noun. Let's take one example. His behavior is childish. His behavior is childish. Here it is an adjective. So look at the difference. So we wrote that instead of meaning when you add a suffix, the grammatical function of the word changes. Now this is also one most important aspect which we must look at to improve our vocabulary. So important aspect of mastering the vocabulary is using the right word in the right context. Okay, you need to use the right word. You may know the meaning, but if you are unable to use the word in the right context, then it means that you are unable to speak the language well. So let us take the example of anger. Let us take the example of anger. To describe anger, the following words are used, each with a different meaning. So anger is an emotion. Anger synonyms. If you look at the synonyms of anger, we find annoy, enrage, infuriate, incense, and irritate. So these are a list of synonyms. Okay, if you look at it, but each of it has a different shade of meaning. The meaning that it conveys is different. Now let us look at this one. By anger, we all know. Annoy means when you are little angry, we call it annoyed. Okay. Then enrage. It's making someone very angry. So if you are making someone very angry and you use the word annoy, it doesn't suit the situation. That's why, so annoy is a little angry, but here making someone very angry. And then enrage. Annoy, enrage. Oh, okay, enrage is making someone more angry. Then infuriate. Here again the degree increases. This is not very angry but extremely angry, more than very. Okay, extremely angry and impatient. Now the person is becoming impatient. And incense. Here incense means some people are exciting. Let us take, I have used the word to tell you that. So here exciting someone with strong feeling of anger. Okay. We use the word Usagolpadam in Telugu, the right word. Okay. So you are making someone you are exciting someone, okay, by your words, and you are generating anger in that person. So that is exciting anger, a strong feeling of anger in someone. Irk is annoying, making someone angry, whereas irritate is to provoke impatience in the person. He gets displeasured, he gets angry, and a kind of impatience generates in the person. That's why irritate. Okay, so everyone has a different shade of meaning. So that's why you must know the various shades of the synonyms. So if you know this, it is possible for you to use the correct word in the correct situation. In the next class, we will look at one word substitutes. That's also very easy, and a small exercises I will give you, and it's very easy for you. In the next class, we will deal with them to improve our vocabulary. With this, I'll thank you, and we will end the class.